Hello students, today we are going to start the lesson Three Questions by Count Leo Tolstoy. So let's read about the author. The Russian novelist and moral philosopher ranks as one of the world's greatest writers. His War and Peace has been hailed as the greatest novel ever written. His ability to weave stories, his wonderful character, and his narrative capabilities are appreciated in every part of the world, even novel ever written. So, in this lesson, a king has three questions and he is seeking answers to them. So, let's read the lesson. The thought came to a certain king that he would never fail if he knew three things. So, one is, what is the right time to begin something? Second, who should a king listen to? Third, what is the most important thing for a king to do? The king therefore sent messengers throughout his kingdom, promising a large sum to anyone who would answer these three questions. Many wise men came to the king, but they all answered his questions differently. So this lesson is written by Count Leo Tolstoy. It is the story of the king who has three questions. Okay, so he is seeking answers to them. So once upon a time, a king had a thought that he would never fail if he knew three questions. That is the three questions were: what is the right time to begin something? Whom should a king consider the most important? What is the most important thing for a king to do? So, what he has done, he sent messengers throughout his kingdom and he promised that he will give a large sum of money to one who would answer these three questions. So many men came to the king, but they all answered the questions very differently. In reply to the first question, some said the king must prepare a timetable and then follow it strictly. Others said it is, that is, was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something. The king should do whatever seemed necessary at that time. Yet others said that the king needed a council of wise men who would help him act at the proper time. But then others said that there were some things which could be urgent. These things could not wait for the decision of the council. In order to decide the right time for doing something, it is necessary to look into the future, and only magicians could do that. The king therefore would have to go to the magicians. In their answers to the second questions, some said that the people most necessary to the king were his counselors, others said priests, and few others chose doctors, and yet others said that his soldiers were the most necessary. To the third question, some said attack, others chose fight, and yet others religious worship. So, in their answer to the second question, so in the reply of the first question, some said king must prepare a timetable and then follow it very strictly, and some others said that the king should do whatever seemed necessary at that time, and so on. In their answer to the second question, some said that the people most necessary to the king were his counselors, others said priests, doctors, soldiers were most necessary. To the third question, some said attacked, some others said fight, religious worship were the most important things for king to do. So therefore, as the answers for these questions were so different and the king was not satisfied, so he decided to take the help of some wise hermit. So the king put on ordinary the king put on ordinary clothes um, the king put on ordinary clothes and went to meet the hermit. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went alone. So now the king is not satisfied with those answers. He thought of taking hermit's advice. So he wore some ordinary clothes and went to meet hermit. So before going to his house, so he left his horse and bodyguard far away. Okay, as the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw that the hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. He greeted the king and continued digging. So when the king reached the hermit's hut, he saw that hermit was digging some holes, digging some beds. So The hermit, he greeted the king and then he continued digging. The king went to the hermit and said, I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer three questions. And he repeated the questions. So the king the king told the purpose of coming to the hermit, and he repeated all those questions to him. The hermit listened to the king but did not speak. You are tired, said the king. Let me take the spade and work in your place. So so the king, so the hermit did not reply to the king's what the king was telling. So the king said that the king thought of pity on hermit and he decided to help the hermit. So he took the spade from hermit's hand. When the king had dug two beds, he stopped and repeated his questions. The hermit gave no answer. So, after digging two beds, again the king asked hermit those questions. But the hermit remained silent. 1 hour passed, then another. The sun went down behind the trees, and at last the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, I came to you, wise men, to get answers to my questions. If you can give no answer, tell me. So I will tell me, and so I will return home. Now, as the time passed, the sun went down the till evening. He continued digging, but later he became very angry and he said, I came to you, wise hermit, to ask questions, to ask those answers. So he said, if you don't know the answer, tell me so that I could return my home. Here comes someone running, said the hermit. The king turned. So here comes someone running, said the hermit. The king turned round and saw a bearded man running towards them. So while he was asking the answers for those questions to the hermit, he saw someone coming towards the hermit. So the king turned round and saw a bearded man. So he saw a bearded man. He pressed his hands against his stomach. So he was holding his stomach very tightly, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. So the blood was flowing from his stomach. So when he reached the king, he became very unconscious and fell on the ground. The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound in his stomach. Later, the king and hermit both together, they removed the man's clothing and they saw a large wound in his stomach, in the bearded man's stomach. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. The king redressed the wound until at last the bleeding stopped. So he found a large wound in his stomach, and then later the king washed the wound and he covered the wound with his handkerchief. So the blood couldn't stop, but he tried to stop that blood, and again the king redressed the wound till the blood stopped flowing. The man closed his eyes and lay quiet. The king, tired by his walk and the work he had done, lay down on the floor and slept through the night. When he woke up, it was several minutes before he could remember where he was or who the strange bearded man lying on the bed was. So after after dressing his wound, the king was very tired. So the king was very tired of digging and helping hermit. So he lay down on the floor and he slept in that night. When he woke up, he remembered that man who was that who was injured. Okay, the man was lying on the bed. Forgive me, said the bearded man in a weak voice when he saw that the king was awake. I do not know you and have nothing to forgive you for, said the king. So the bearded man asked forgiveness to the king. So he said, forgive me, O king. So he saw that the king, when the bearded man saw that the king was awake, he asked forgiveness. So the king said that he doesn't know him and why he was asking sorry to him. You don't know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore revenge on you because you put my brother to death and seized my property. I had made up my mind to kill you on your way home. But the day passed and you did not return. So I left my hiding place and I came upon your bodyguard, who recognized me and wounded me. So, so he told the king that he was the enemy and he wanted to take revenge from him. So because he has put his brother into the death and he seized their property, so he wanted to take revenge from the king. So he wanted to kill the king, but he wanted to kill the king on his way home, but he waited for him for the whole day, but he didn't find the king. So the king's bodyguard injured the man. I escaped from him, but I should have died if you had not dressed my wounds. I wish to kill you, and you have saved my life. Now, if I leave, I will serve you as your most faithful servant. So the king, so the bearded man told him that he helped him to cure his injury, and he wanted to leave the, and he wanted to leave his and he wanted to continue his life serving as his most faithful servant. The king was very happy to have made peace with his enemy so easily and to have won him over as a friend. He not only forgave him but also promised to give back the man his property. So now the king has become very happy that he has made up peace with his enemy and have won him over as a friend. He not only forgave him but also promised to give back the man's property. Leaving the wounded man, the king went out of the hut and looked round for the hermit. The king went up to the hermit and said, "For the last time, I beg you to answer my questions, wise man." "You have already been answered," said the hermit. How how have how have I been answered? What do you mean? So now the king has become very angry, and he said to the hermit that for the last time I'll beg you to answer my questions. So the hermit replied that you have already been answered. So "Do you not see," replied the king, "if you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug these beds for me, you would have gone away. Then that man would have attacked you. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds." So hermit replied the king that so yesterday he helped him to dug those pits, and he showed pity on the hermit, and that was the important time for him, and I was the most important man, and to do me good as your. So in the morning, the bearded man pleaded the king to forgive him. The king said that he did not know who was he. Man said that he knew the king. He knew the king. He was the enemy of the king. Man sought revenge on the king because the king had killed his brother and seized his property. So he seized his property, and the man took revenge on the king because he had killed his brother and seized his property. He had made up his mind to kill him on the way. So, but the king's bodyguard recognized him and wounded him. He escaped from king. He would have died if he hadn't dressed his wound. King saved his life. The king saved his life, though he made a plan to kill him. So the man told the king that he would serve him as the faithful servant, and the king was very happy to have made peace with his enemy so easily and have won him over as a friend. He not only forgave him, but he promised the man to give back his property. So later, the king went to the hermit and requested the hermit to answer his questions. Hermit said that he had already been answered. So Hermit said that the king had already been answered. Hermit gave clarification for the king's pity on Hermit and bearded man. Kings helping nature in time, doing good to Hermit and wounded man, that was the most important thing. So remember then, there is only one time that is important, and that time is now. It is the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. So the hermit told the king that there is only one time that is important, and that is now. It is the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. The most necessary person is the person you are with at a particular moment. The most important business is to do that person good because we are sent into this world for that purpose alone. So, further, he told the king that the most necessary person is the person he is with at a particular moment. The most important business is to do that person good because we are sent into this world for that purpose alone. Thus, the hermit answered the questions for the king. The king became very happy. So, hope you have understood this